pain to the love and a love to the will. My baby gets high, walking the line. My baby gets high. My baby's in the back, done committing a crime. Bad times ahead and good times behind. Ain't no rest for a good loving mind. My baby gets high, walking the line. My baby gets high. My baby gets high, walking the line. My baby gets high, walking the line. My baby gets high.
Well, Jeremy Pinnell, thanks for coming to the print shop, man.
Thank you.
I've had a great day today
Same.
so far. I'm going to talk about the music right up top because that's initially why we were here. And, man, you guys had one hell of a set downstairs.
Thank you.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. I was listening to Waylon Jennings' new record. And it's one of my favorite Waylon Jennings records. Shooter Jennings finding these archives or whatever it was, I felt like I listened to it and I was like, man, he did the world a solid by putting this out. He really, really did. I just love the record. I was paying attention to Shooter Jennings a little bit more because he brought that to the world, and I liked his work as well as a producer and as an artist. But I saw he posted some Jeremy Pinnell on his story. I was like, let me check out this dude. I heard a song called Come Home to Me. Buddy, I got to tell you, it was one of those songs. It does what music is meant to do. It resonated immediately with me and hit me in the heart because I said, this dude is telling the truth to the point it made me uncomfortable a little bit, some of the words.
Good.
It did. I'm not lying, man. I was like, wow. I remember one of the lyrics in there, and I'm paraphrasing here, but my wife thinks that I'm a good man if she knew who I am, really, that type of stuff. Tell me where that came from, man.
Man, that's a heavy question, right off the rip. I was just kind of reflecting, like, as a touring musician and being married, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult. And people don't understand. They see the internet and they think it's the coolest thing ever, but, I mean, so many people were involved. I was just kind of thinking, man, I kind of just don't even want to answer this question.
My point in saying this is like, when somebody can be that vulnerable, right? And you don't always have to have explanation for everything, right? You're not sitting down in an interview all the time and people asking you specifics. The beauty about this is it meant something to me, right? And I took something from that probably was similar to what you were thinking about myself. But I didn't have the balls to say it or sing it, you know what I mean? But hearing somebody do that, it was like, wow, man, this is pretty incredible. And so that got me into you as a songwriter immediately.
In my opinion, that's what music does. It says what we're not willing to say, and it's like, and that's what, when I find that I connect with something, is when people make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I feel like that makes good art, is when you get uncomfortable. where everything fell apart. And I've been running from things in me. I've been trying to hide the things that no one else can see. My woman thinks that I'm a good man. If she only knew who I was and what I am, she'd say, don't worry about coming back home. I'd rather live this life alone. And if you ever find who you wanna be, then maybe someday you can come home to me. This life has been a friend to me. And the bad have made me who I am today. And I've been beat up a few times. That's the way it goes when you're out here and you're really trying. And I've stood up and moved on. And I've told the truth till the darkest parts of me have gone. And she said, don't worry about coming back home. And I'd rather live this life alone. And if you ever find who you wanna be, then maybe someday you can come home to me. I see you dancing around midnight, holding our son by the firelight. The daughter and the dog make the house so bright. And I think this time everything's gonna be alright. And she said, don't worry about coming back home. And I'd rather live this life alone. And if you ever find who you wanna be, then maybe someday you can come home to me.
I like knowing people like you, what you were like as a kid, where you came from, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Ellesmere, Kentucky. This is right up near Cincinnati. So we had a little bit, like you go 20 minutes south, you're in the country, and you go 15 minutes north and you're in the city. It was real neat. I was able to get the best of both worlds as far as music. You go in the city and you get you're a young kid and you get that angst, all that stuff out, and you know, go to the south and you get that other kind of rhythm that country music does. It was like a good mix of growing up.
How did you get into music?
I was young. My dad was a musician and he played in church. He was an entertainer. When we would have family functions, he would sit down and play the guitar, and he would play like Crosby, Stills and Nash, Crosby, Stills, Nash Young. He would play, you remember that song, Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road?
Of course, yeah.
He would play that and everybody would have such a good time, and I was like, man, that's the coolest thing. And my dad, I told my dad I wanted to play guitar, and he had this Ovation Roundback. It was so big, I couldn't get my arms around it. So I would sit it on my lap and play it like that. He said, will you play that and show me you really want to do it, and I'll buy you an electric guitar. So I think it was maybe a year later, I got my first electric guitar, and I cranked that amp all the way up.
Yeah.
Something else, baby, but my mind keeps saying I can't. I just wanna have a good time, let my baby show me how she dances. She's taking me for the longest ride. Thought I feel like I just wanna die. I wanna do something else, baby, but I can't, and I don't know why. More than crying, 'cause I know we ain't living too long. You wanna hear about life, just listen to an old Jones song. He'll take you for the longest ride till you feel like you just wanna die. I wanna do something else, baby, but I can't, and I don't know why. It's like I owe my soul to the company store. I don't understand why I'm doing this for. I won't lie. It'll take you for the longest ride till you feel like you just wanna die. I wanna do something else, baby, but I can't, and I don't know why. I wanna do something else, baby, but I can't, and I don't know why. I wanna do something else, baby, but I can't, and I don't know why.
Was church like a big thing for you? Were you in the church a lot as a kid?
We were
Yeah.
there Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. It was a lot. It was an overdose of that. And one of the best things about Sunday morning is not having to go to church, you know? And you know what? Church taught me how to keep rhythm, taught me how to sing. I learned a lot of good things in there.
Barabbas is a song that you sang tonight. Tell me about that song. Barabbas is obviously a character from the Bible.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny thing, because I wasn't going to record that song, and Shooter heard the demo and he's like, you should record that one.
Yeah.
And that was like my least favorite, you know, and now it's one of my favorites to play live. I wrote it just kind of for fun and just kind of like an exercise to kind of stay busy. I wanted to keep it simple with maybe one or two chords. I think the whole thing, there's only 3 chords in the whole thing, and I wanted it that way just to see if I could do something like that. So I started writing. I had that line, I'm like Barabbas from the Bible, I'm an old common crook. And I was like, that's kind of a cool line. And so I just threw that in, and then I started going back and reviewing what I knew about the Bible, which isn't much, and I tried to keep the stories in order through the song, maybe a little bit out of place here and there, but overall I tried to put it in order. And yeah,
It's one of my favorite songs on the record.
Thank you.
It is cool. I saw you play in Chattanooga. We met It's probably maybe a couple months
Cool.
ago now, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I saw you were playing, and I really wanted you to come here. I was like, oh, I'm going to drive up. You're an hour and a half away. So we got to meet briefly there. And that was one of the songs that really kind of stuck out for me. One thing that I remember about that show, do you remember the security they had in there? And I made a comment.
No.
They were old ladies. They were like 80 years old.
Oh,
They were
really?
like the
Yeah.
door ladies. They were like 80-year-old women. And I was like, I've never seen security like this in my life. But you didn't want to mess with these chicks.
You never know, dude. You might get knocked out.
You might get knocked out. I was like, something doesn't add up here, but I'm not going to try them. That's for sure. That's for sure.
No reason.
Speaking of getting knocked out, you're a jiu-jitsu guy here. You like to train in jiu-jitsu?
I do.
Tell me about
I
that.
started at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I need to do something.
Yeah.
I can't just sit around, you know.
Yeah.
And everyone told me like jiu-jitsu is like the way you want to learn how to fight, you know. And I was like, my whole life I always wanted to learn how to fight like proper. And so I went to my first class, and you know, and it's uncomfortable, but you know, with anything like that, it's uncomfortable at first. I just stuck with it, and I kept training. I've been training for about 4 or 5 years. Not as much recently, just because it's so hard to work and then get off work and then go get beat up by a bunch of young dudes, you know? It's like you just, and then you leave there and you're like, man.
That's the easy one to say. I don't think I'm doing that today.
Right? And
It's the best time to go, though, isn't it?
100%. You all, that's the thing, you know?
When you
I
feel
always
it.
feel better when I leave.
Yeah.
And then I started training Muay Thai, stand up, and started being able to learn how to punch people properly and get kicked. And it's such a great way to like bring your brain into the center. And you leave there and you're at peace with the world. And people don't understand that about any kind of martial arts or boxing, or it just makes you at peace. You don't want to fight. When you leave the gym, you just want to be cool with everybody. I'm like Barabbas from the Bible. I'm an old common crook. I ain't no John the Baptist, a prophet from the book. Ooh. Samson told Delilah, I'm as strong as an ox. And that's about the time that she cut his hair off. Ooh. You know Jesus never shows up, but the devil always does. And I wish that it was different, but that's the way it always was. David saw Bathsheba, and he killed his best friend. And he fought Goliath, you know, giants never win. Ooh. Jesus was in the temple, and he saw that all was lost. And a couple hours later, he was hanging from a cross. Ooh. You know Jesus never shows up, but the devil always does. I wish that it was different, but that's the way it always was. Bible's written stories that no one understands, and that's a good sign that it was written by man. Ooh. And some people say, they say the end is near, but what they don't understand, it's always been here. Ooh.
The whole record is great. If you guys don't have this, you need to go and get it. This is freaking Jeremy Pinnell's new record entitled Decades. It looks cool as hell. I'm gonna pull this thing out, the artwork, but check that out. That's pretty dope, man. Did you come up with that?
That wasn't my colorway, but
It wasn't your
I
colorway?
think my colorway was like, forget what color I picked.
It's-
Translucent orange.
Shooter Jennings, how did you get to work with Shooter? How did that happen?
It was crazy. We were talking earlier about like kind of just you get to a point where you're like, I ain't gonna do this anymore. At least the way I've been doing it. And I was up at, we were playing the Beachland Tavern in Cleveland, and this woman named Angela Backstrom came up after the show, and she said, is there a producer you'd want to work with? And Shooter had just done that record with Yellow Wolf, and it was just the coolest sounding record. I was like, man, this record's so awesome. I was already a big fan of Shooter. I'd listened to him for years up to that point. I knew that I wanted to work with him, so I said, that's who I'd want to work with. She said, well, I know his manager, Adam, and that's kind of how the whole thing started going. I get home from work, I go out and cut the grass, and I come back in and grab my phone, and I got a text from Shooter. It says, hey, Jeremy, I love the last record. I'd love to do the new one. And I went up to my wife, and I'm like, you gotta see this, because for me, it's, it was pretty surreal. It wasn't until like a year later, I was out in LA. I flew out there by myself. First day, walked in, and Shooter was standing there, and he's just the nicest guy you ever met. From then on, he's just been nothing but the best guy, so.
Did you have all these songs written when you went out there, or did you write some of them there?
No, I did. I had written them the previous years. I didn't really want any like old catalog. I just wanted to write all new stuff.
You had too much sugar, oh, it's making you cry. You had too much sugar, oh, it's making you cry. Your man made it easy, now all you wanna do is die. You had to taste that candy, sweet, sweet love. Too much TV, oh, you get bored, it's the same old thing. Oh, we pour, now everybody wants more and more. So take off your clothes, honey, don't forget to hit record. And I'm feeling all alone. I'm just sitting here, baby, chained to my telephone. Yeah, Tina got a Mustang, oh, she looks so cool. Yeah, Tina got a Mustang, oh, she looks so cool. I just love watching Tina dance on that old bar stool. Don't the boys look pretty? Girls look rough. I'm in a cowboy band, ain't that tough? I don't believe in love, I believe in love. I need to free my mind, I can't get enough. I got a big old heart, baby, and I need somebody to hug. And I'm feeling all alone. I'm just sitting here, baby, chained to my telephone. And I'm feeling all alone. I'm just sitting here, baby, chained to my telephone. I'm just sitting here, baby,
Let's talk about the golf shot down there. We're going to talk about
let's
the day a
not
little
talk about the golf. Don't ever play that for anyone. I'm just kidding.
You had to do it for the kids, man.
Dude.
Your son, right out of the
He
gate,
killed it.
hit a beautiful shot.
He did.
He did. That was impressive.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
You know, you always want your kids to be better than you, but not that time.
Yeah.
I wanted to be better and hitting that golf ball. But
There you go.
Okay. Yep.
So
Wow,
I
we
stand
got
on
left
the-
hand of club. So here
Do
we
I
go.
stand on the slide?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you real quick, all right? Oh my God! No way! Bro, I've never seen anybody that hasn't hit a golf shot hit it straight in over the. That is zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did good. We'll talk about the charity, man. We'll give a few bucks away to the charity for doing that. I appreciate you being a sport and doing that. This came into my scrapyard, and this was in an old beat up car.
Mm-hmm.
And so we always pop the trunk, see what's in there, all that kind of stuff. And this was inside there. This is a magazine called True West. And it just reminded me of your vibe of music. And I opened it up. Let's see, the first thing I saw was this. And I haven't even read this yet, but I was like, this is some Jeremy Pinnell shit. The Capture of Peg Leg. All right? Check this out, bro. Check out this dude right here. And it says, the crippled killer was hated by every rancher in the county, but his last day of life was nothing short of gallant. Bro, and so there's this whole story about this dude, Peg Leg. And I haven't read it, but I feel like you need to read it before I
read
do.
it on
I
the
don't
way
know
home.
what it is, but this is for you, a 1976 edition of True West. And so you can let me know what was up with Peg Leg.
I will.
But they caught his ass.
this is great. Thank you.
Felt like this. And this is another magazine that was in there. And I thought this was interesting. But this is a 1955 edition of Guns Magazine. And dude, just looking through here, I'm gonna give this to you too, just because, and you can pass it along to whoever else, because I did go through this one, man, but it is pretty wild. Just looking at the pricing and stuff
Yeah.
of this thing, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
get $3.50 for a Colt Frontier.
That's so crazy.
Isn't that wild?
That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't even make, look, a Colt 44, $4.
Dude.
I mean, there's a $79 gun. That was like a $29 gun. That had to be super expensive.
I'd be
But
spending
I
my whole
love these
paycheck.
fucking treasures that just show up over there.
Thank you, Adam.
But
That's
yeah,
great.
man.
These are
I think
awesome.
you'll enjoy that. Let me know about Peg Leg the cereal.
I will, dude. That's
You know what
I'm
I mean?
almost scared, dude. If a
I
guy
feel
can do it
like,
with
listen,
one
I'm
leg,
not
dude,
telling you do what you want to with it, but I feel like there might be a song in there. I don't know.
Maybe.
You can extract what you think. What do you think of the Waffle House truck?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the Waffle House? Dude?
I mean, it was perfect. I love that we got a little shot of you working inside the Waffle House for a
Dude.
brief moment.
What's up, man? What's up with you? Did you order that?
Yeah, somebody took mine.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't me, I swear. Yeah, I'm glad that's the only moment I'll be working at. Like those guys, that's a whole nother level of patience.
Yeah, there's plenty of drunk people that go through some Waffle Houses.
4 a.m.
God,
Gets rowdy.
yeah. I'm sure you've done it a few times over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Me too. This right here, this is Nighttime Eagle. Check it out.
I love them big girls in Bakersfield, guitars and pedal steel, got me singing about it all night long. She been a string like a honky-tonk song. I hit the road with a four-piece band, missing lines like I don't give a damn, and I don't even know what day it is, but honey, I just miss your kiss. I miss my son, my daughter, and my wife back home. Just leave me alone. I hate talking on the phone, and you all know I ain't doing nothing illegal. I'm just keeping it cool, like a nighttime eagle. I hate to see my baby shed a tear. Speak up, darling, it's hard to hear. Don't you worry, I'll be coming home soon. Thinking about you got me howling at the moon. And every night I dream about you and all the things that we're Ain't it cool, like a nighttime eagle?
Tell me about your touring schedule. How often are you on the road? How many shows a year are you playing? What's going on with the touring?
My buddy Scotty years ago, 10 years ago, he said the best thing you can tour. And so, you know, I took his advice and we hit the road, and there'd be years where we'd be on the road for 136 days. And now it's like tapered back quite a bit. But the only reason being is because we put all that time in. Like, we hustled. We were playing, you know, dive bars, you know, whatever. And now it's like, I'm not gonna go to Kansas and play in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's just not something I want to do. I'd rather either be at home creating music or working or being with my family. And so touring has been pleasant since I made that decision, and I enjoy it when I get the opportunity to tour, you know. You're not beating your head on the pavement. You're not, you know, you're just having a good time, enjoying everything you've worked so hard for, you know.
Yeah.
Live music, people don't realize, this is the only time you're going to hear those sounds. Like, that moment in time, that guitar is only going to make that sound that night.
You've got some freaking unbelievable players with you. Where'd you find these guys?
Ben, the bass player, me and him have been buds since, you know, my early 20s. So we've been friends for over 20 years. And he's just one of the most solid bass players I've ever played with. And he's in Ludlow, Kentucky. And he's a great singer, and he's a great human being. We've been through a lot together, especially being in music. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs. He's just always been a good friend. And so anytime I get to tour with him, I'm going to tour with him, you know. Yeah. Daniel, I haven't got to play with Daniel that much, but Daniel's a drummer that I've always liked. I've always liked, that guy's got the feel.
He's got a pocket, buddy.
He does, and nobody else can find it like him, and he just knows, he's just solid. Travis would play in a band called Frontier Folk Nebraska back home. I'd see him around town, and we played this festival in town. I pulled a Jerry Lee on him. I said, when we got off the stage, I was walking past him, and I said, "Follow that motherfucker," you know. and we've just been buddies ever since. I was looking for a guitar player, and you know, he's a real road dog. He understands the gig. He knows, you know, he knows what to do. And you need guys like that when you're traveling that know their job, and he does it perfectly. So it's just a good group of guys, you know.
Yeah, man.
She got a beat up car. She's a bad old bitch. She might have went too far. She made me pick my switch. And if you're ever in Houston and you're sleeping in a car, just catch a prayer from Eldred, 'cause Jesus knows who you are. And I've got conviction. How about you? I'm just a sinner. I know you are too. So don't go pretending that you're some kind of saint. 'Cause if you're anything like me, then I know you ain't. A witch read my palm in a downtown bar. He said you're only gonna live till you're 74. And we kept on drinking, but that stuck in my mind. And I get to counting from time to time. And I've got conviction.
What else do you do other than music?
I work. I have a 40, and I like it. I'm outside. I'm on 360 acres in the middle of Boone County, Kentucky, and I work for a nonprofit. I just do whatever they need me to do, and it's the best thing. Just being outside, being with your coworkers, you know, just a bunch of guys giving each other a hard time.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing ever, you know?
Just like
And-
working the land, like mowing the grass. and like
Yeah,
what-
we got
like-
maintained property, buildings. We got 30 horses on the property.
Oh, wow.
We've got 3 goats, a pig, and a barn cat.
What's the
and
pig's name?
Jasper.
Jasper.
Yeah.
I had a pet pig in college. His name was Rage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know, when you pick a pig
Yeah.
up, you know why
Oh,
his
yeah.
name was Rage.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
they'll
hate it.
squeal. You're working a 40-hour job right now, and you seem to enjoy that. You're a musician as well. Is it the goal? Do you have a desire to do music full time?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, for sure. The times I do get to wake up and spend my morning, get the boy to school, and then,
Yeah.
you know, sit down with my guitar, it feels right. I'm not scared to work. I've worked my whole life, so it doesn't bother me. I enjoy going to work, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you understand that.
I do.
You know? So it's a win-win, dude. If it gets to the point where I'm playing the guitar, that's good. But I'm fine.
Yeah,
You know
good.
what I'm saying? We'll see.
You're happy where you are.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't think any human's ever fully content. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows, you know? But I got a pretty good life. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
We ain't the same as we used to be. And now there's nothing left here inside of me. We went to war and never came home. And now we're both left here dying alone. Lips never touch, hands never hold. And I don't ever remember feeling this cold. We got stuck in the rain, and it kept falling. I can hear a train, and it keeps calling in my heart. One is to back to the start without you. We pay the bills and sleep on the floor, and I just can't seem to find what you're looking for. Did we make a mistake? Did we not find love? And we're settling down, all we were thinking of. I need more time. I wanna do right. So will you meet me somewhere tonight? We got stuck in the rain, and it kept falling. I can hear a train, and it keeps calling in my heart. One is to back to the start without you.
I invested in some of your vinyl here, and I love vinyl. You and I had the chance to check out some of the records that I have. Fran, you grab me that for me.
It's his notes.
Thanks, dude. It's my chicken scratch. Look at that.
Dude, I've been trying to write in cursive lately.
Yeah.
Like, because I haven't written in cursive since I've been younger.
I print and write in cursive. It's a mixture, as you
It's
can
killer.
see.
It's tight.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
It's your own language.
It's my own language, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of my own language, this reminded me of something. No, this is pretty crazy. So I was moving some furniture the other day. You're an artist. I want to share this with you. And I was doing it the wrong way. And I should have gotten some help to do it, but I was just being a dude. Yeah. And I pulled it, and I scratched the hell out of the floor. Mm-hmm. And it pissed me off. Mm-hmm. And I was about to lose my temper, and I checked myself, and I was like, just chill, Adam. And I looked down at the scratch. And then beside that, I saw another scratch. And I saw another scratch, and then I saw another scratch. And I got fixated on these scratches, and I realized one of the other scratches was something that one of my sons had done when he was like 10 years old. And then it just hit me, man. I started looking around the house, and it was literally like the scratches were becoming their own language and like bringing back all these memories. And then I just got fixated on the shape of scratches. And it was like literally this language that was revealed to me. And it just revealed this whole entire sense of peace and really just thankfulness that, yeah, I made a scratch, but look at all these other scratches and look how fortunate you were to be part of these other scratches.
We mark on the wall. We do check Harlan's height.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did that.
Yeah.
And I look at it all the time when I walk in the kitchen. It's right there on the wall.
We got it
in there. You see how big he is.
We got it in there.
Yeah. So when we moved into our house, there was carpet,
Yeah.
And I ripped up a corner and there was wood floors underneath. So I tore all the carpet out and I pulled all the staples, how many staples and nails. It was work. And I found $2 under one of the rugs, like 2 brand new dollar bills. And we had the paint tape because we were painting everything, and I just took that painter's tape and stuck that $2 up on the cabinet. And you walk in the kitchen, that $2 is still up there on the cabinet. There's a spot on the ceiling where Harlan hit with like something, Nerf dart, I don't know what it is. But the only reason I know because I painted all the ceilings, so I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And I see it all the time. It don't bother me.
Yeah.
It don't bother me.
It's beautiful.
A friend of mine, Bob's, before Harlan was born, he said, Jeremy, it's the first time you'll ever fall in love. And in my head, I'm going, you're crazy, old man, But as soon as they're born, they come out, you see them, you're just like, you really know what love is, like the capacity for love and how you place somebody before you above anything. So when I see those like scratches or whatever, I'm just like, it's just like the best thing.
It is. It is.
Don't bother me.
So Ties of Blood and Affection. This isn't your first record, is it? Second record. Your first record is, what was your first record entitled?
Ohio, Kentucky.
Ohio, Kentucky. That's where this is The Way Country Sounds.
That's on there.
That's probably one of my favorite Jeremy Pinnell songs.
Thank you.
I absolutely love that song, and you killed that. That sounds like we were talking about truth. It sounds like there was a lot of truth in that song. Is that a
true story?
True story.
All of it. Yeah. The majority of everything is. I think sometimes you have to embellish to make an exciting song, but for the most part, everything's like legit. I ain't lying about nothing. I know we touched on it earlier, but I always feel like people connect to the truth. People know when you're full of shit. You tell somebody exactly what's going on, and like I said, it makes them uncomfortable. It's just what it is. I wrote that. I forget what year, 2013, 2012. It came to me naturally, and it said in the chorus, it says, it talks about country music. It feels like the weight of the world on your back. So that's kind of the way country sounds was. I was just like, this is it. This is where I'm at.
Grab a hammer, drive you a nail, or spend your weekends in the county jail.
you did a cover song of a Concrete Blonde song, Joey. And I remember listening to Joey in the 90s. I was in college when that song came out. And it was a great song, still is a great song. But hearing Concrete Blonde, who's a female lead singer, sing this about her love interest, who's obviously this guy who's got some alcohol or maybe drug problems, you know, that's a story for sure, and that's a story that's been told a lot of times. She's concerned. But hearing a man sing it, it completely changed it for me. It hit me in the heart. So that was just an unbelievable incarnation of that song. It was really well done.
Thank you. Yeah, that was one of my bar songs. When I drink, I would put on Shoot the Thrill, American Girl, and then I'd play Concrete Blonde, you know, and those were like my 3 songs to start off the night. That song just always hit me. You could just hear that she means what she's saying, and she's being honest, and it's making me uncomfortable. All right, I'm gonna try to do this. Don't judge me, Adam.
I'm gonna judge you. I'm definitely gonna judge you.
Hell yeah, I'm judging you, bro. Joey, baby, don't get crazy and detour fences. I get defensive. I know you heard it all before, so I won't say it anymore. I'll just stand by and let you fight your secret war. And I used to wonder why. I used to cry till I was dry. Still sometimes I get a strange pain inside. Oh, Joey, if you're hurting, so am I. Joey, honey, I've got the money, and all is forgiven. Listen, and if I seem to be confused, I didn't mean to be with you. And when you said I scared you, well, I guess you scared me too. And if it's love you're looking for, and I can give a little more. And if you're somewhere out there, passed out on the floor, oh, Joey, I'm not angry anymore. And if I seem to be confused, I didn't mean to be with you. And when you said I scared you, well, I guess you scared me too.
And if it's love you're looking for, then I can give a little more. And if you're somewhere out there passed out on the floor, oh, Joey, I'm not angry anymore. And Joey, I'm not angry anymore.
God damn, that was fucking.
Thank you.
God damn. You're about to make me cry, man. I feel like Bert Kreischer over here.
Well, don't be Bert.
Dude, that was heavy. That was.
Thank you.
That was incredible.
Thank you,
really, it was. That song. Wow, that got me, man. That fucking. It was a beautiful song that you just sang, but something that resonated with me with that song is just hearing it from a male's perspective. I have this imagery of like a father. In my mind, it's like a single father that is concerned for his son that's got some problems. I've lived that. I think part of me, wish that I had somebody that cared that much, that really wanted to help. I mean, saying that, I've saved the money up, just come home, I'm not angry. From a woman's perspective, speaking about her husband or her boyfriend, it's a story that's been told a lot of times, but for me, hearing that come from you, it flipped it completely and put it in that context for me, and it made it something totally different. As an artist, flipping something on its ear that way and changing the narrative just by simply putting your emotion and your voice into it is something special. And you knocked it out of the park, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you singing that.
No,
That
appreciate
was
you.
Incredible, man. Your music just came into my life. Everything seems to be right on time. It's just kind of how it works out when you accept that. And so now I got 4 albums deep of Jeremy Pinnell music. So I've kind of gotten to go on this kind of journey with you, and I've seen the progression from Ohio, Kentucky to Decades and everything kind of in between.
I had a song on that record called Save You, and I hadn't done a demo of it, and I was getting ready to send the demos to Shooter. I recorded that song real quick in my kitchen on my phone, and I sent it to my manager, and I was like, I'm thinking about throwing this song on there. And he's like, you've been holding on to this song, And so we went in, and it was a great experience, for some dumb hillbilly,
That's a great song. Save You is an awesome song.
Thank
The
you.
whole record in sound, it's a progression from Ohio, Kentucky to Decades. I see some maturity, and I feel like I've seen a journey to happiness. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. I always want to do what I want to do when it comes to music, you know? Like, the older you get, you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You don't care about all the outside things you cared about when you were younger. It's more about that internal life, how are you treating others? Was I nice to my wife today? Was I good to my son, Mm-hmm. Did I raise my voice? It's that inner life. And I think that now I feel like I'm in the best place that I've been, and I can only, I don't know, I think it is growing up, and I think it is, just getting older.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit. You wear the big glasses, you wear the comfortable shoes, who cares?
was my first girlfriend. I was just 13. She was the prettiest girl I'd ever seen. Well, she had me by the heart, she pulled me by a chain. She was the first girl to make me go insane. But love knows that nothing ever lasts, just two young kids making up a past. Well, the years went by and we split ways. I never could forget the good old days. Well, she fell in love with a needle and spoon, and I caught up to her just way too soon. And I found my heart in the bottom of a glass, just two young kids making up a past. And oh baby, don't you know that I'm crazy? I fell in love with you. We got the same tattoo. Oh baby, I know you couldn't have saved me. If there's one thing that I could do, I would go back and save you. She did some time, I did a few days, and people always told us that crime never pays. She tried to get well, and I did too. She never could get over the things she'd been through, and people always told us that we didn't have class, just two young kids making up a past. And oh baby, don't you know that I'm crazy? I fell in love with you. We got the same tattoo. And oh baby, I know you couldn't have saved me. If there's one thing that I could do, I would go back and save you. Well, I hadn't seen her in a long, long while. I always loved to see her smile, and I didn't know I'd never see her again. 'Cause if I did, I'd been a better friend. But a man never knows just what he has, and now it's just me, nothing but a past. And oh baby, don't you know that I'm crazy? I fell in love with you. We got the same tattoo. And oh baby, I know you couldn't have saved me. If there's one thing that I could do, I would go back and save you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Pretty special, buddy.
Thank you.
That was, wow. So Ohio, Kentucky, like what was Jeremy Pinnell like right before Ohio, Kentucky, your first record?
Well, it's probably much like you about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? In that place.
Yeah.
I don't really like talking about it too much, but I was wild, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'd been sober for a couple years and met a guy in a bar, and he read my palm, and he told me I was only going to live till I was 74, you know? So I always that's always going on in my head. You know, you ever have people to tell you things that stick with you, you know? Mm-hmm. and that was one of the things to stick with.
Right. What are you gonna do with this time? You got to make every second count. And speaking of seconds counting, man, this is the seconds and the time that we're having right now, today, this day, is something I'm thankful for, man. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Same.
It really has
Same,
been
Adam.
an awesome day. I've enjoyed this so much. Each episode, kind of reveals itself to me as it's happening, and I think I told you, this project yields all the intangibles, the things that money can't buy. And I can tell you what, buddy, I've definitely harvested some of that with you today. And I
Same.
appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
I won't ever forget riding in that 79 Trans Am with you.
This is
riding
so
down.
wild, dude.
It was a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
It was a ride. I could tell you enjoyed it too.
100%. My son knows as soon as we're done, he's like, I should have gotten the back seat. And I
He
was like,
should.
yeah, you should have. And you know what I told him? I said,
It ain't
never
too-
say no.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned, because
Yeah.
people on the road, they'll come up and they'll try to give you money
Yeah.
after your shows just to show gratitude,
Yeah.
dude. And there was a while I'd be like, nah, you ain't got it. And then eventually I was like, yeah, okay, thank
It
you.
means something to
So
them.
much.
They want to do it. Yeah.
That's why you always say yes to, like,
That's a good point, because for them, it's a self-serving thing as well. You know what I mean? They want to help you out, but giving truly feels good. I mean, I understand that.
when I go into a guitar shop, I always pick the most expensive guitar off the wall to play it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who cares?
Yeah,
When are you going to get to play a $26,000 guitar?
right.
I'm going to play it.
Hell yeah, you
Kid.
you gonna play that fucking guitar.
I don't care.
I love it. Well, buddy, I'm glad that your music was sent to me, walking through the woods one day and just discovered it. Like I told you, I'm paying attention. I'm not out seeking who's going to be the next person on the print shop. I literally am just waiting for it to find me. And your music found me. And here you are, and I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
It has been a freaking pleasure meeting you, man.
Thank you.
This
You
has
too.
been one of the most special days
It's
I've had in a
incredible.
very long time.
Same.
I'm going to be pushing all this positive energy and love your way, and I'm going to tell everyone I know about you.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Thanks again for
Appreciate it.
coming.
Thank you.
You're the man.
You are.
That's a wrap.
Adam, you're a good man.
You are, bro.
Thank you for being so kind to my family.
Man, you got one heck of a family. We're lucky men. We're
Yes,
both.
sir.
And I can see that. I see how much you love me. What? Look at these.
These pictures, aren't those cool?
Yeah.
I look so cool.
Oh, it's in the fire pit. It went inside the fire pit. Let's see what you got. Well, I know what you got. Let's see it.
He's in the crowd. You know, it'd be great, man. If you just come up here and just open, and he's like gambling.
Ooh, we do have a pedal today. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
ready to go, baby.
All right. Moving on. You got any feel good hits of the summer?
I'm gonna write. I'm gonna. You don't have to put. Don't put this on. There's a new one, but like I'm just gonna run it just for fun.
Yeah.
Cause I've never, like, I just played it downstairs for the first time, so.
You look, man. We won't do anything that you don't want to do. I think as an artist, putting new stuff out is good, but we want you to be happy with it. You know what I mean? So
sure.
we're gonna work on this together. And so if you feel like it's right to put out, then we'll put it out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I don't ever see you. You don't ever come home. Into the night you run, and I am here all alone. Did you ever wanna be on top of the world? I ain't lying when I said you can have it all. If heaven ain't like this, I don't wanna go home.
Look at Dana with the connectors.
I have bought so many stinking connectors.
That's the connection drawer.
This is the connection drawer.
Midnight is coming soon. You'll be dancing to that midnight moon. I'm home, you're out to ramble. When I am here, I long for you. Did you ever wanna be on top of the world? I ain't lying when I said you can have it all. If heaven ain't like this, I don't wanna go